is the first bodily expansion of Krishna, and he assists in Lord Krishna's transcendental pastimes. Purport: Balaram is Swamsha expansion of Lord, and therefore there is no difference in the potency between Krishna and Balaram. The only difference is their bodily structure. As the first expansion of Godhead, Balaram is a chief deity among the first quadruple forms, and he is the foremost assistant of Sri Krishna in his transcendental activities. Om Adnyanati Mirandasya Dhyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmalitam Mena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadanti Swa Padantikam Vandeham Sri Gurum Sri Jutapatakamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavamsha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sabadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Prashabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namavo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare. So this evening we are celebrating the appearance of Lord Balaramji, and it is a very most important event, because without properly understanding the mercy of Lord Balaram and understanding how to acquire his causeless mercy, it is most difficult to follow the path of bhakti. So at the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, Srila Prabhupada explains the conception of absolute truth in the first chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto. He says, Janmadi asya yataha. Janmadi asya yataha, he from whom everything emanates. So Krishna is the origin of everything. Okay, Krishna is the origin of everything. Ishwaraha Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. So Lord Balaram is his first expansion. Lord Balaram is his first expansion. So in the beginning, in the Brahma Samhita, there is an example. You have one candle, and one candle can light the second candle, and second candle can light the third candle, and like fourth candle. But they are all of the same candle power. But there is still one original candle. So this is what is explains. So see, Krishna is the original absolute truth. Balaram is the first expansion that we need to understand. He assumes 5 other forms to serve the Lord for the creation of everything. So what are the 5 forms? He Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna and Aniruddha. The 4 forms he Chaturvyuha. So he executes the order of Krishna by creating this Chaturvyuha. So Krishna, in the work of creation, actually he helps, Balaram helps. Then Prabhupada explains there is no difference between Krishna and Balaram. There is no difference absolutely. Krishna is God, Balaram also is God. Krishna has 6 opulences, Balaram also has 6 opulences. Krishna has 64 transcendental qualities and Balaram also has 64 transcendental qualities. And Krishna steals butter, Balaram also steals butter. Krishna has his own Rasa Leela, Balaram also has his own Rasa Leela. But Prabhupada explains there is one difference. The difference is complexion. Balaram is a fair complexion, like is a spring cloud, like a butter. But Krishna is the rain-filled cloud. His complexion is blackish. So, the difference, another difference is there. One more difference is there, is that Krishna appears as object of our service. Krishna appears as object of our service. But Balaram appears as the one who gives service. So there's 2 differences. Krishna is black and Balaram is white. And Krishna is the object of our service and he takes the service from us. And Balaram appears as a person who gives service. So both are God. You understand the difference? Both are God. So there is some explanation is given in the Shastras how Balaram is very tall. His eyes are up to the ears. He has got height is very good. And his hands are coming up to the thighs. He is wearing nice garlands. The garlands are also given here. He's wearing anklets on the legs. And so on, very nicely he is explaining. But there is a pastime when Prabhupada, and when you read Leelamrit, Prabhupada actually goes to Kumbh Mela. He takes all his disciples. And when he was in Kumbh Mela, and they were in the evening, they were discussing, all the disciples together, they were discussing. There was one Madhudvisha Prabhu. He was telling, there is no difference between Krishna and Balaram. The only difference is Krishna is black and Balaram is white. And there is an argument started among the disciples. And there is Yamuna Mataji was there in the group. She says, no, there is one more difference. What is the difference? Krishna is the only enjoyer of Radharani. And they were arguing. And there, the Tamal Krishna Maharaj also was there. Immediately he took the matter, because he was a secretary that time of Prabhupada. He took the matter to Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Madhudvish and Yamuna Mataji are arguing. Madhudvish is telling there is only difference between Krishna and Balaram is color. Krishna is black and Balaram is white. And Prabhupada said, he is right. And Tamal Krishna Maharaj continued. But Yamuna Mataji is telling there is only another difference. Krishna is the only enjoyer of Radharani. And Prabhupada said, she is right. And Tamal Krishna Maharaj asked, then which is right? Then he says, you decide. So let us see some examples of Balaramji. Balaramji actually serves Krishna in all the rasas. First he serves in the Shanta rasa, then he serves in Dasya rasa, he serves in Sakya rasa, he serves in Vatsalya rasa, he also serves in Madhurya rasa. So let us go one by one. So before even Krishna appeared, Balaram appeared first. Balaram actually appeared as Dham. Vrindavan is Dham. Balaram appears as Dham. And he appears as Krishna's shoes, because Krishna should not get hurt. He appears as garlands. He appears as ornaments. He appears as, many things like, whatever Krishna, he appears as the what is that? He wears, that peacock feather. He appears as Murali, so many things, So in the Shanta Rasa, he serves so many things. This is a serves. So then in at one time, I think it was in Mayapur, they were searching for land to build a temple. Some disciples he had sent. Prabhupada had sent some disciples to Mayapur to find a land to build temple there for Gauranitai. And they were searching land and they were not getting land. They came to Prabhupada and said, Prabhupada, we are not able to get land sanctioned. Prabhupada said, pray to Balaram. And that night, to one of the disciples there, Balaram came in the dream. Why don't you pray to me? I am Dham. I am actually Dham. Why don't you pray to me? Then immediately next day, Prabhupada, the devotees come and ask, tells Prabhupada, Balaram came in my dream and he said, he is Dham and I prayed to him in the dream only. No, you pray now, not in the dream. Then after praying, actually within 3.5 weeks, the land got sanctioned. So these are some of the very important things. So that's why when you go to Vrindavan or Mayapur, we have to be very careful. We should not litter dhams. We should not spit on the dhams. We should not litter. So this is very important. No garbage or anything. So when Krishna is taking rest, Balaram used to go and massage his feet. And not only that, when Balaram is taking rest, Krishna used to go and massage his feet. So they actually work in Sakhyaras. So he never thinks, I'm my elder brother, why should I go and massage his feet? No. So that is happening only in Kali Yuga. So Krishna and Balaram used to go together to steal butter. And Balaram used to tell, why don't you, I will bend down, you stand on my back and take the butter from the top. Normally in villages, you can see still the butter pots are hanged from the top, from the roof. That is because the cats are all going there and to protect that they used to hang. But here in Vrindavan, they used to actually protect it from Krishna. Actually, they used to hang. And that time also Krishna used some of his friends. Balaram is very, powerful. So he used to bend down or, step on the shoulder and used to help him. So these are all in Sakhya Rasas. Then he used to sometimes, Krishna used to go to Govardhan. They all together used to go to Govardhan. And Balaram never walks slow. He always used to walk fast. And Krishna is talking to cows, calves, and his friends. He's always, very slowly is going. And that time, everything is forest. You don't know how to actually go to, Vrindavan, Govardhan. But Balaram used to go front and he used to put his plow there to say that, you have to turn right, turn left, like that, to take him to Govardhan. And like this, you have so many pastimes in the Sakhyaras. Then in Sakhyaras, again, Balaram and Krishna used to roll in Vrindavan in the dust. And they used to pinch, hit, all these things, And once what happened, Balaram tells Krishna, I'll tell you something. Nand Maharaj, Nand Baba is also white. Mother Maya Yashoda is also white. See, I am also white, but you're only black. You're only very black. You know why? Krishna starts thinking, oh, I don't know why I am black. There is a secret. You don't know the secret? I will tell you the secret. Then he starts telling him, you are not their child. They got you from somewhere. You don't belong to them. As soon as Krishna hears this, Krishna is crying and running to Yashoda. He thinks he's a Yashoda Nandan. Nandan, he's crying and going to Yashoda. Maya, Dauji. He's called Dauji. Balaram is telling me, I am not your child. Huh? You have brought me from somewhere. And he starts crying. And Balaram from the back, he starts laughing. These are the things, some very beautiful pastimes both are having, Balaram is laughing with all his friends. So these are all in Sakyaras, lot of, enjoyment they're having together. Then in the, what is the next ras? Dasya ras. Then, Dasya. He used to take care of him very nicely. And Balaram, when Krishna, that particular day, Krishna's birthday was there. And Krishna says to all friends, you tell your moms to get a lot of things for me. We'll all go to Yamuna to have it. And Balaram used to tell secretly to Sridham, don't take him to Yamuna. Because Yamuna, Kaliya is there. Because he used to always protect him. So Balaram used to protect Krishna always. And Krishna used to eat dirt. And whenever Balaram is there, he used to always be scared of, eating dirt. And once he ate dirt, immediately Balaram was there. And immediately Balaram goes and tells Maya Yashoda, your Nandalal, your Gopal is eating dirt. And Yashoda comes running. Hey Krishna, did you eat dirt? So imagine, supreme cause of all causes, creator of creations, the absolute truth, lies. Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavan. That person is lying in front of Yashoda. And he says, I never eat dirt. All the dirt is all over his mouth. He is telling, I have not eaten dirt. And he says further, you are my mother. I take your milk. Because you also told me I have got 7 mothers and Bhumi is also another mother. I have to eat dirt, no? In the form of, that is a milk from Bhumi. I have to eat that dirt. Then Mother Yashoda says, no, that milk will not nourish you. Bhumi's milk in the form of mud is not going to nourish you. Actually, Acharyas, speak on this, explain on this. Krishna is such a servant of his servants. He actually wanted to taste the foot dust of his devotees in Vrindavan. Particularly, Dham is Balaram. He wanted to take the taste of the dust of Balaram. So that is another, because Sanatana Goswami explains, Dham is Balaram. He wanted to take the dust of Balaram. That's why he eating dirt. So many pastimes in this thing. So Balaram is very careful. In the last rasa, Madhurya rasa, actually Balaram expands himself as Ananga Manjari. Ananga Manjari is the younger sister of Radharani. And very careful, when Radharani's footprints are seen in Vrindavan, they never used to step those footprints. They used to take another route and go. Very, very careful. And Ananga Manjari never used to cross. And these are all, different rasas, different rasas that Balaram used to serve Krishna. Let's go back to one yuga back. What is that yuga called? Treta Yuga. In Treta Yuga, Balaram is Lakshmana. Same quality, again, same service. And in Dwapara Yuga, actually, he became elder. In Kali Yuga also, he becomes elder. You will come to know in due course of time why he became elder. So the same quality Balaram is serving Krishna, Lakshmana is serving Ramachandra. When Ramachandra was banished to forest, you know all the story because Kaikeyi had two boons. Dasharath, Ram is going to be throned on that particular day in Ayodhya, and Kaikeyi asked for the boon. She wanted Bharat to be crowned. All these things, you know the Ramayana story. So actually, Dasharath Maharaj says that you have to go to forest for 14 years. As a chaste wife, dutiful wife, Sita says, I will also come with you. We both can go. But Lakshmana, important, Lakshmana says, I will come with you for sure. You're taking Sita, no problem, but I will come with you. And important here, you need to understand, the mother of Lakshmana, Sumitra Devi, actually says to Lakshmana, please go with Ram and serve him. Serve him. Which mother? She is a stepmother of Ram, basically. And they were equally treating as good as mother. So actually she sends Lakshmana to serve Ram. So in the Kali Yuga, you can see how brothers fighting. They're killing each other, they're taking them to court, so many things. But in the Shastras, the brothers are so nice. So here Lakshmana is ready to give up anything, everything. Whole of Valmiki Ramayana, not a single instance where Lakshmana asks something in return. So when they enter Chitrakoot, it was Lakshmana who was cutting all the grass and making the way clear for Ram and Sita. Because lot of pebbles, lot of thorns, he used to make clear everything. But if you see Lakshmana's foot, it was bleeding. It was bleeding with lot of thorns inside, pebbles inside, so many things. And at that particular time, they will actually come to a place, there's a small kingdom of Guha. And they get treated there in that particular, they stay for some time. After that, Guha actually accompanies them for some time in the forest. And they walked for some time and they said, in the evening, actually, Ramchandra asked Guha where we need to sleep today because they don't have any hut or anything. And Guha says we have to sleep on this grass only because we don't have anything made at the moment. And immediately Lakshmana gets very upset. Lakshmana gets very upset. Ramchandra never sleeps anywhere, you know. That is not his standard. He's very, very upset. And he takes the oath on that particular day that he will never sleep from that day onwards. So in Valmiki Ramayana, you can see Lakshmana never sleep from that day onwards. So we also take oaths on a New Year day and so many things. When the provoking situation comes, our determination is lost and it gets dissolved. So next, when Ramachandra, only one time Lakshmana actually gets very, very, cannot handle the service of Ram. You know what is the time? When Ramachandra told Lakshmana to send Sita to forest, Lakshmana did not like it because that is the only thing that Lakshmana did not want Sita to be separated from Ram. So that day he promised himself, now you will come to know, he promised himself that day because he was a younger brother in Treta Yuga. He's promised himself that he will never come as an younger brother next. In any Yuga, he will never come as an younger brother. That is why in Dwapara Yuga, he comes as elder brother. Who is that? Balaram. In Kali Yuga also he comes as Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu ki. You all know the famous story of Jagai and Madai. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually instructs Haridas Thakur and Nityananda Prabhu the first ever door-to-door preaching. The first ever door-to-door preaching. So actually preaching started 26 years ago actually. So Nityananda Prabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur both agreed, yes, morning you go door to door, evening you come back and report to me the accounts, what happened, how many people you met, how many people you preached, all these things you have to come and report. And in due course of their preaching, they come across two ill-cultured, abominable drunkards. And it is described here that there was no sin in the world that they had not committed. If at all, if Chitragupta engages 100 people with him to write down their sins, they would all resign. So they were big criminals. They used to actually go where Brahmanas are doing yajna. They used to pass urine in the yajna and pass stool. They used to kill Brahmanas. They drink their blood. They eat their flesh. So many things. And they used to throw children in Ganga. They used to fire houses. And so many, sinful activities. And Haridas heard all these things. Haridas says, I think this is not our cup of tea. I think we should go back. Now, I think it is not right. But Nityananda Prabhu heard this. Nityananda Prabhu, they were all contradicting. Nityananda Prabhu said, we have a fantastic opportunity here. If we are able to make these two, Jagai and Madai, into our greatest devotees of Lord, I will tell you, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will get a title of Patita Pavan. So I think we should definitely convert these people into devotees. And Haridas Thakur was not for it. And Nityananda Prabhu goes and talking to Madai, Nitai and Jagai and Madai. I'm a mendicant. I'm only asking you, just chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Just chant Hare Krishna. You don't have to do anything. Krishna is the treasure of your heart. Please worship Krishna, chant Krishna's names. Then they heard this. Madai particularly heard this. Is he trying to preach us? Doesn't he know that our greatness here in this city, in this village? Is he crazy? And Haridas Thakur heard this. Let us leave. I think we should not do here anything. But Nitai said, wait. It is interesting. As the conversation grew, Nitai started bleeding because Madai actually threw the broken liquor pot on the head of Nityanand. And Nityananda Prabhu is none other than Balaram. So Balaram and is same as Lakshmana and same as Ananta Shesha. On every foot of Ananta Shesha, there is a planet floating. And he is a lord of spiritual world and the material world. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarva pravartate iti matva bhajante mam budhavava samanvitaha. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know me, this engage me in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. So he's a Lord of the universe. There is a universe floating. In every universe, there are millions and millions of planets. On one such planet, Earth is there. On Earth, there are millions and millions of jivas. And these two insignificant jivas are Jagai and Madai. And Nityananda Prabhu is ready to be insulted, no problem. If he wanted, he could just burn them into ashes by his thought. But Nityananda Prabhu caught hold of their feet and said, no problem. If you just once have to hear about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and chant Hare Krishna, I am ready to sell myself to you eternally. The Lord, the Creator, the cause of all causes, is ready to be his slave just for the exchange of chanting the holy names. Of course, Nityananda Prabhu doesn't have any blood. He is Satchidananda, full of Ananda and bliss. But to just enact the pastime, he has blood. Do you know why he had blood? Nityananda Prabhu thought there was no reason or there was no way that these two could reach Gauranga. You know why? These two would have gone, never would have gone and approached Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, okay, I am bleeding now. Somebody will go and tell Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Jagai and Madai were there. They were criminals and Madai threw the pot and to the head, he is bleeding. You know, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very dear to me. And I am very dear to him. If I am insulted, if I am criticized, or if I am hurt, he cannot take it. Why? Because aham bhakta paradhina. So, Nityananda Prabhu, this is a good idea that I am bleeding. Immediately, what happened? The message went to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately came. And he came as not Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He came as Vaikuntanath. He came as Vaikuntanath. He immediately took the Sudarshan Chakra and about to leave the Sudarshana Chakra to cut the heads of these two criminals. So immediately what happened? Nityananda Prabhu is falling at the feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, please don't do it. It is not their fault. It is my fault. Please don't do it. Please forgive them. And both Jagai and Magai heard this. And they came and fall at the feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is thinking, what is happening here? Actually, they actually hurt you. They abuse you. I am standing for you and you are standing for them. Huh? So, but in this yuga, they are not completely purified. So instead of killing them, Nityananda actually killed their tendency by his compassion. So Lord actually comes as most merciful. These two brothers, Krishna and Balaram, as Mahaprabhu and Chaitanya Nityananda, have a very nice plan. You know what are those two plans? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives mercy to people who deserve it. But Balaram as Nityananda Prabhu gives mercy to people who don't deserve it. So people who approach Mahaprabhu get delivered. And people who don't approach Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu approaches him. So the Tattva, the Balaram Tattva is brilliant. So we should worship Krishna. We should not worship Krishna without Balaram. That's why Balaram is called Adi Guru. Balaram is known as Adi Guru. So all our spiritual masters represent Balaram. So that serving attitude, you can see all this Lakshmana, Shesha, Ananta Shesha, Nityananda Prabhu. You can see the service attitude. All Leelas. So this quality of simply serving selflessly makes him as Adi Guru. Because Guru is transparent. He gives message of Krishna as it is. Yasya prasada bhagavat prasado yasya prasada nagati kutopi. But some people ask, why do I need a guru? I can directly approach Krishna. Why do I need someone between me and Krishna? But I'll tell you, when you want to see objects, far objects, you use telescope. So many lenses are there in the telescope. Okay. So all those lenses are transparent. They are not blocking anything. So actually you can see the larger object very near, far object very near, only by those lenses. So Guru is very important in our, Guru actually is giving Krishna to us. Okay. So that is very important. So all our acharyas are transparent mediums to help us to serve Krishna. This is a process of serving Krishna through bhakti. So bhakti is the only way that we can get him. Bhaktyamam abhijanati yavan yaschasmi tatvataha tato mam tatvato jnatva vishate tat anantaram. So you know how to serve. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati. So Balaram represents the Guru Tattva as Adi Guru, the fountainhead of all expansions. So once what happened in, there is a Brahma Vimohana Leela. You know what happened in Brahma Vimohana Leela? Actually, Brahma took all the cows and gopas, he took away. And immediately Krishna is actually their friend, and every day they are playing together. He is taking calves in the forest. He has to bring all the calves, and Brahma took them all. And immediately Krishna manifested himself as exactly the same cows, exactly the same gopas, and same shirt, everything same. And they are going. And 1 year passed, 1 full year. Balaram is thinking, what is happening here? Something is happening, suspecting. Balaram is suspecting. But none of them knows. Actually, the cows are more in a loving affection to those cows. And calves are very loving affection to their mothers. And same as gopas. Very beautiful love is there more than what they were actually doing. And Balaram actually suspected something going on here. He wondered, how could I be bewildered? Then he concluded, only by Krishna's potencies could I be mystified. So he glorifies Krishna in that. And I'll take another 5 minutes. I want to read some of the excerpts from Giriraj Maharaj. Giriraj Maharaj actually speaks about Balaram very nicely. I will only take 5 minutes more. Actually, there was this pastime only was going on when Bhagavatam has been actually translated by Prabhupada. This is the last chapter of Bhagavatam. And Prabhupada translated lying on his bed in Vrindavan. He was very weak. Prabhupada is very weak. And his disciple used to hold dictaphone right up to his mouth. He could hardly hear what he was saying. And one of the last purports he dictated was, we should discuss Srimad Bhagavatam daily as much as possible. And then everything will be clarified. The more we read Bhagavatam, because there is a Saptaha going on also in the last 3-4 days now going on. Today is the, I think, 4th canto. And devotees are actually putting Bhagavatam outside. And this is a very auspicious day if you don't have Bhagavatam at home, it is basically as good as having Krishna at home. If you have Bhagavatam, it is Krishna at home. So if you don't have Bhagavatam, please take Bhagavatam today. It is a very auspicious day to take Bhagavatam because Balaram is Adi Guru. He will give you all that intelligence to read Bhagavatam at home. So they used to hold dictaphone very close and he could hardly hear what he was saying. And in one of the last purports he dictated was, we should discuss Bhagavatam daily as much as possible. Then everything will be clarified. The more we read Bhagavatam, the more its knowledge becomes clear. Each and every verse is transcendental. This is what he says, 10.13.54 purport. He's saying this. If any controversy, please discuss it. Srila Prabhupada said we should come together and discuss the subject threadbare. If there is no personal motivation, Srila Prabhupada had so much love for living entities and so much potency that he could do things that no one else ever did. We have to appreciate Srila Prabhupada's greatness. Personally, I feel that whatever we could have ever want in Krishna consciousness, we can get from Srila Prabhupada. This is very nice. This is a one-stop shop for everything. You don't have to go anywhere. Everything is available. Personally, I feel whatever we could ever want in Krishna consciousness, we can get from Srila Prabhupada. I don't feel we have to go anywhere else to get it. And we don't feel there is anything lacking in what he has given us. Then he says, once Kauravas accused Krishna of being arrogant and rude. Balaram, however, defended Krishna and declared, what is the value of a throne to Lord Krishna? There is a verse in Bhagavatam. Yasyangri pankaja rajokhila loka palair. This is, you can read that sloka, 10.68.37. Balaram, however, defended Krishna and declared, what is the value of throne to Lord Krishna? The masters of the various planetary systems accept the dust of his lotus feet on their head. They are the kings of the universe, but rather than wanting priceless crowns on their heads, they desire that the dust of Krishna's lotus feet be placed there. So what is the value of some throne to Lord Krishna? Then here we see not only how humble Balaram is and how much he appreciates Lord Krishna, and also how loyal he is. The way of politics is to create division, right? Please understand this. Very, very important. Prabhupada mentions this. The way of politics is to create division, to try to make a party weak by dividing it. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada said that the only thing that can destroy ISKCON is fighting among ourselves. Nothing can destroy ISKCON from outside. Here we see how faithful Balaram was to Krishna. Srila Prabhupada often quoted, there is a strength in unity. He cited a story of a father who wanted his sons to cooperate. First, the father gave each son a thin stick and asked them to break it, and they broke it. Then father took the bunch of a similar thin sticks and bound them together and asked his sons to break them. Because the sticks were all bound together, none of the sons could break them. So father said, in the same way, if you stay together, no one will be able to defeat you. But each of you alone can be defeated. Each of you alone can be broken. So Srila Prabhupada wanted us to be united. From unity comes strength. With Srila Prabhupada, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Krishna as in the center. Srila Prabhupada gave another example of father and sons. The father was sick and he needed his sons to massage him. But the sons began fighting among themselves about who would massage which part of the father's body. One brother was massaging his head, another brother was massaging his feet. And he said, I want to massage head, and you massage feet. Another brother was massaging the left arm. He began to fight with another brother massaging the right arm. I am going to massage the right arm. You massage the left arm. So got so absorbed in fighting with each other about who was going to massage which part of the father's body. And at the end, father dead. So Srila Prabhupada concluded, you should cooperate in the service of your father. And the father is ISKCON. So not to become so absorbed in fighting about who is going to do which service for him, and that is you forget your father altogether. Now here is Balaram is a great example for us to follow. How to be humble servant, how to be faithful and fearless. Balaram wasn't afraid to express his devotion to Lord Krishna, to proclaim the glories of Lord Krishna even to Krishna's enemies. So we should learn from Balaram. We should pray for his mercy that he may teach us the mode of humble service and also the mode of loyal devotion, the mode of fearlessly defending Krishna and fearlessly preaching Krishna's glories. How Krishna massaged the lotus feet of Balaram and how Balaram considered Krishna to be his master. We can also have similar sentiments in our association with each other, because we too are also brothers and sisters, spiritual brothers and sisters, and each of us should have the mood of service to others. Thus, Srila Prabhupada said, we should address each other as Prabhu, because Prabhu means master. We are servants, and our Prabhus are our masters. True, they are also servants. Though they are also servants. Sometimes Balaram massaged the lotus feet of Krishna. Sometimes Krishna massaged the lotus feet of Balaram. Each was in the mood of giving pleasure to others. And thus their relationship was so sweet and sublime. We too should have the same mood of service. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So thank you very much for patiently hearing me. If I think I have made some seed of bhakti to fructify in your heart, it should go to my Guru. If anything I have made mistakes, it should come to me. Thank you very much. If you have, I don't know, I think we have any time for questions and answers. We will, because we are having a flower abhishek now. So we'll have, so if you have any one or two questions, no problem. Otherwise, yes, Prabhu. Mike.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for the wonderful class. Like sometimes I feel like when you say like Nityananda Prabhu is more merciful than Chaitanya, or even Balaram is more merciful than Krishna. So we also see that Balaram has given like he has accepted Duryodhana as his disciple. And so sometimes I feel like, is it like Nityananda followers are more fallen or compared to Chaitanya's followers? Plus, is there any example where really there is a transformation of heart in the followers of Nityananda and then they became, great preachers in the parampara? And just want to get some light on this.
I don't know. Can't answer this. Both are very merciful anyway. Balaram is very merciful, same as Nityananda Prabhu also is very merciful. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Kali Yuga has come to give the Mahamantra, because this Mahamantra is for this Yuga, Kali Kale Namarupe Krishna Avatar. So, and that cult is being continued. I think Prabhu is there, senior Prabhu, he can answer. You can give it to him. Makanlal Prabhu sitting next to him.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. This is Balaram Jayanti and this is your mercy on me that you are engaging me in this seva. Actually, two ways we can look at this pastime of Balaramji and Duryodhana relationship. Actually, Balaramji was the follower, it's like Ram and Maryada. So, whereas Krishna, though he violated many Maryadas, he still even more Maryada Purushottam. There are many such pastimes of Acharyas. So, one way to look at that is Duryodhana, out of his service, really won the heart of Balaram. And through his following the rule or etiquette of how to be with the Guru, he is the one. So he took advantage of that situation. when he was learning, he learned very sincerely. Duryodhana, and that is also mentioned in Mahabharata, that when he was learning with Dronacharya and when he was learning with Balaram ji, he was very, very sincere learner. And that really was a good quality of Duryodhana. When we have to learn from anyone, we should also learn from the qualities of Duryodhana. There are some good qualities that we can learn from. So that was one thing. The other thing was that Balaramji was dealing with many people out of his feelings. And that is where, he's considered very, very merciful. So Krishna had to pitch in many pastimes in Mahabharata where Balaramji went out of his way, out of his love for, people. It's not just Duryodhana, but many other pastimes are also there. So that is, but for sure, wherever it came to decision making, Balaramji gave Krishna higher priority. Even in that incident where Balaramji gets very angry on Bhima, because Bhima actually hits Duryodhana under his waist. Krishna comes in and convinces Balaramji that it was needed at that moment. So while being merciful, it's like that. There is no reference or mention that that all the followers of Nityananda Prabhu or Balaramji are the ones which are more asuric by nature. It's not like that. In fact, it added more rasa of Jagai and Madhai. If you see, Balaramji or Nityananda Prabhu took that on himself, that they should become the follower of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So it is because he was confident that out of his love and affection for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he will be able to convince both of them, which he did eventually. So I think we should look at both these aspects from the rasa bhava as, adding more rasa to the whole pastime, and also from the relationship with Krishna as the elder brother in both Mahabharata and as Nityananda Prabhu in Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you very much. You want me to tell you another pastime? Okay. In another instance, just a second. Okay. In Mayapur, how we should have a mode of service. In Mayapur, just after he had finished, Prabhupada had finished Prasad, Srila Prabhupada heard shouting from the next room. And he sent Hari Sauri, who was a secretary by then, just check what is happening there. Hari Sauri came back and explained, Srila Prabhupada, your junior,